Hello, and welcome to the first 2017 episode of Odd Man Rush for the OilersRig.com. I'm Kelin Flanagan, and I'm excited to welcome you to the new year. So new year on the calendar means we are halfway through the season. So here's a quick recap of some of the Oilers' highlights this year. So Rogers Place opened up in downtown Edmonton, a giant shiny new beacon of hopes to go with our new season, welcoming everyone to a generically named but beautifully designed arena. Nail Yakupov and Taylor Hall both left the Oilers, which required me to actually cut out pictures of Chris Russell, Adam Larsson, and Milan Lucic to paste over my brother's hockey calendar presents because they print them way too early in the year. Captain Connor McDavid continues to be a star of the Oilers and the NHL, although some media are still trying to push the whole Austin Matthews agenda, and he's starting January off with a new captainship, this time of the NHL All-Star Games Pacific Division. He's also leading the NHL in points and assists, if you care about little things like that. Goalie Cam Talbot has had a great year, and he became the father of twins. How does he possibly balance fatherhood and being an NHL goalie? You know, I hope we see a book coming out soon from him to let us know. Poor Tyler Pitlick had a great season start with the Oilers, but he's now injured, also sitting on that injury reserve list are Darnell Nurse, Bryna Davidson, Pekarinen, and technically Andrew Ference. Jordan Eberle and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins have been frequent scapegoats on Oilers Twitter as they've started out, but the Oilers overall have had a better, just not flawless, first half of their year. And most importantly, right now we are not out of the playoffs. This is probably a big landmark, so we'll give you some time to let that sink in while we introduce our guest today. So joining us today, we have Taylor Sim and our first ever returning guest, Avery Lewis-McDougall. Taylor, why don't you tell us how you found yourself joining us on this beautiful and not windy or cold afternoon?
I think Megan just tweeted something about it, and I've been trying to get into this sort of thing for the longest time, and just here now, so dreams do come true, I guess.
Excellent. Avery, remind us what you're all about. It's been a while.
I am a podcast host, YouTuber, and handsome black guy. I work for AverySports.com. I do appear on CTV's Sports Day with Jason Strudwick.
That's awesome. We are privileged to be in your company.
Thank you.
So I have to say, I am definitely glad we are not outside today. This first week of winter has not been kind to us. But thankfully, we don't have any shortage of news on the Oilers front this week. It's like some New Year's resolutions were made, so the changes are coming in pretty strong. One of our Oilers Rig writers, Trin, covered some of those a little bit gleefully this week. Puljujärvi has been assigned to the Condors, Slepyshev has been recalled, and Jonas Gustafsson has been placed on waivers. So guys, what's your favorite of these moves? Is there anything that's making you really happy or sad about anything?
I gotta say, Jonas going down because you know what, Gustafsson? If it was 2009, great goaltender. But 1 win in 5 starts, not good enough for a backup. Bring in Laurent Brossoit back up to Cam Talbot. But you know what? 1 win in 5 starts, not good enough to be a playoff team in Western Conference. Not good at all. So seeing him sent down, great move.
Excellent. How about you, Taylor?
I have to agree with Avery on that. I know again in the Ottawa game when they pulled him, and who scored the empty net? I think it was Zach Smith.
I think it was Zach Smith, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of made mention that I think that was probably the best chance that anything in the net had a chance to stop the puck that night. So it was really unfortunate to watch too, because I feel like if he was to adjust his style a little bit less and play a little bit more conservative, he'd be a lot better. But I don't know. I think this guy learned how to play goal from playing just too much NHL 16. It's not good to watch.
Don't appreciate the drama of his moves?
I just feel like he should be on Broadway and not in goal. I've seen way too much, and it's probably one of the worst goaltenders I've seen in the last 5-6 years for the Oilers.
Wow.
I mean, that's saying something. I remember the nightmares of LaBarbera, and God forbid, I loved him growing up, and Nikolai Khabibulin was just a total disaster when he was here. So, but that, and I mean, Puljujärvi going down too. I actually met him at Save On Foods once, and I wanted to take a photo with him, but
What are you buying?
food, believe it or not, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, good to know.
I don't know. I saw him at the checkout, but. It was, I didn't really want to I don't want to bug him while he's grocery shopping. I'd be like, hey, I know you're just doing normal guy stuff, but can I get a photo? I feel like that'd just be a little bit too much. And for a kid that's coming to Canada first time, can't really speak English, if I was in that position, I'd probably want to slap the person, but I'm not violent. I'm really irritable when I'm grocery shopping. Extremely irritable.
All right, so last night we saw the Oilers have a chance at first place in the Pacific Division, instead walking away with a 5-3 loss. So I didn't get a chance to watch all the game last night. So tell me, what did you guys think? Was it the power of the facial hair or something more that kind of kept us out of the wind there?
Couldn't get anything past Martin Jones. He played well in that. That was just tough. You know, when you're playing San Jose, a team you have to pass to be a top team in the Pacific, it's tough to seize. You know, we got to find a way to win those games against San Jose and against LA and against Vancouver and Calgary and all the rest in the division.
Right, for sure. Did you see any of the game?
I watched the first 2 periods, and then after the 4-1 goal, I think I changed it to the wall or some other garbage. From what I saw, it was just they weren't very good defensively. No, Megan's probably going to high-five me on this, but Adam Larsson was not very good to start the game. It was the first time this season I would have wanted anyone else but him on the ice. Combination of that as well as I just didn't really fit. Again, it was one of those games where they just had one-line offense and it just wasn't clicking for them. There was too much, and not only that, but Martin Jones was just played stellar. So I've got to curse. Who was it that traded? Was that Boston that sent him?
I was, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Boston, yeah. Boston sent Lucic over to LA, and then LA sent him to, or Boston sent him to San Jose, which was, it's got to suck if you're a Los Angeles GM, Gene Lombardi. I'd be pretty upset if I got a divisional rival having probably what was one of the best goalies during that market. Was that last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's not talk about how Dubnyk and Nielsen are both doing this year, shall we?
Well, all they have to do on for those teams is just put like Justin Schultz or something in front of them, and then the flashbacks will startle them into scoring. Being scored on a lot more.
So we have a good strategy.
I would hope so.
Okay. So Taylor Hall returns to Edmonton, speaking of Adam Larsson, on January 12th. So we're filming this on the 11th. So right now the results of his return are still a mystery to us. His last match against the Oilers saw him on the losing end of some physicality and on the scoreboard with a 2-1 OT win. And recent interviews show he's still not 100% settling into the trade. I have to feel for the guy, and I know that some of our Oilers Rig comrades may also still have some feelings on the matter, not mentioning any names of anybody. But what do you guys think of how Halsey's done in New Jersey and how this trade shaped up for the Oilers?
Oh, you know what, though? For New Jersey, it's great. You know, New Jersey's a terrible team right now, but Hall, 32 points. He's an all-star right now this year. For New Jersey, it's great. But for Edmonton, Adam Larsson, he's been okay. 2 goals, 5 assists, not great, just very average, 7 points. You know, we knew we were getting this deal, but I feel New Jersey won this trade by a lot. Ray Shero, he hoodwinked Pierre Chiarelli in this deal.
Yeah. What about you?
It's hard for me to say much on Taylor Hall because I've followed Adam Larsson since he was about 16. So I know when he was with Skalevsha, their top scorer, I think, had like 40-something points. So his offense never really got a chance to blossom. I know in his draft year, he was compared to a more physical Nick Lidstrom. So any trade where you're getting a potential Nick Lidstrom, I guess potential in this case is the key word, but in return for a proven top 3 winger in the NHL, my goodness. Probably not the best of trades. I was shocked when it happened. I would have thought that it would have been Eberle, Jakub, anyone not Taylor Hall or Connor McDavid going. I've had so many discussions with my friends about it. I thought that if we're getting rid of Hall, you got to have a player like Doughty or Carlson or one of those top tier defensemen coming back. However, you got to look at the standings. I mean, Oilers are what, top 5, top 10 in the Western Conference? I think they're 12th right now, maybe. I'm not sure. I've not looked at the standings in a couple days, but and New Jersey's not even in a playoff spot right now. So the only interesting thing for me too is it's getting annoying because listening to Taylor Hall go on about the trade, it's almost like listening to a hurt ex.
But people keep asking him. To be fair, like that is something that you go after because he gave you some emotion.
I guess I feel like in this situation though, I mean, being a former hockey player myself, it's wiser to kind of keep those emotions a little bit to yourself in that sense because he's kind of portraying himself a little bit hurt about. I mean, I would be hurt too, but it's just one of those. It's a hockey trade, right? And I feel like he's taking it way too personally, and for me, that's detrimental to his career overall. Because if he gets traded again, he's just going to keep. It's going to keep going at this point in time, or at least the reporters and the media will have a ball with that. So I'm still on the fence about it. If Larsson can be a 40-point defenseman, I'll call it a win. But as of right now, for the emotional aspect for a lot of the fans, I'd have to say it's a loss. But from a hockey perspective, I have to call it a win.
That's awesome. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. Those are some of our quick highlights just to start off Odd Man Rush, and we'll be coming right back to you with this shootout, so our guests can take a quick break. All right, welcome back to our next shootout. So today we're going to warm you up with a quick 10-question shootout speed round. So I'm going to fire off a list of questions. You're just going to answer them as fast as you possibly can.
Let's go. I shaved today, so I'm built for speed.
Excellent. I'm so glad we're prepared. Okay, so we'll have Avery first, then Taylor each question, and then we'll move right on to our classic shootout. I'll give you a rules refresher before we start that. Right. Sound good? Okay, so like I said last time, there's no stupid answers. There are a bunch of stupid questions. Ready to talk fast?
Yeah.
Born that way.
Let's do it.
All right, favorite Oiler of all time?
All time? McTavish.
Tommy Sallow. Really?
Really to both. Favorite current Oiler?
McDavid.
Cam Talbot.
Who's winning the Stanley Cup this year?
Columbus.
Chicago.
Your life is at stake. Would you rather try to get Don Cherry to agree with an opposing point of view or beat Connor McDavid in an on-ice race?
Don Cherry.
Yeah, Don Cherry. No.
The NHL All-Star captains are Subban, Price, McDavid, and Crosby. Who is not on that list that you would rather see?
John Scott. Love it. I wish. That'd be great.
Patrick Kaleta.
Nice. What's one thing you always do when you watch an Oilers game on TV?
Hold my cat.
Yell
Yell.
loudly
At the TV?
at everyone.
At everyone. Which one of you would win if we gave you hockey sticks and made you play one-on-one right now?
Jailer.
Oh yeah, no me. Like,
You have won an evening out with Peter Chiarelli. What are you going to convince him to do next?
Grow a beard.
Excellent.
hair implants. I feel like
Interesting. No strategy move.
well,
just
no,
some,
because
personal appearance tips.
clearly the blinding the other GMs from trades isn't working with that chrome dome he's got
Oh.
going on. Like you could rub his head and see what he's thinking.
All right. Orange or blue jerseys?
Blue.
Let's go with orange.
All right. And finally, are we going to make the playoffs?
Yes.
I have no idea. I have put so much faith in this team over the last 20 years, and I'm just at this point in time. If I say yes, they're not going to. If I say no, they will. So I'm going to say maybe.
Then what does that mean?
Ask
what are we
them.
supposed to rely on
It
for
depends.
our
It depends on what
predictions?
team shows up that night.
Relocate to Seattle.
All right. So
let's not
there's
do
our
that.
little speed round. I can see we've got you all warmed up, ready to go, ready to fight it out. So for the classic shootout, here's a quick rules refresher for anybody new to watching Odd Man Rush or just some new guests here. Well, not you. You're an old hand at this.
you're
You
talking
should
about
have
me.
this all done from memory now. So
Just
I'm going to
single
ask
me
a
out, why don't you?
question. You'll each get 20 seconds to argue your side. When you hear this noise, you stop talking. Next, you'll get a 30-second free-for-all debate, so you can shout over each other, talk loudly at the same time. You can't throw chairs, but you can think about throwing chairs and maybe mime it a little bit. And again, you'll stop when you hear this noise.
One or two.
Excellent. You'll get probably one.
Okay.
If our bell ringer can do it right. Your last 10 seconds will be for a final statement, so anything that you can say that you think will pander to our Twitter audience and get them to vote for you. And if you can think of something that's really going to get them to win, put it in there. Even if it's saying, well, if you vote for me on our Twitter poll, I'll give you $10. That's okay. That's not off limits. So are you ready?
What if they vote for me? Can they give me $10? I'm really broke right now.
You can try that.
Be
Try putting a
great.
pin
Hey, I'm
in.
broke too. I'm a blogger. We're all broke.
We're all broke. Sad truths of our life.
I just got
We're
paid
getting
yesterday
too
and I
dark
still owe my bank
before
$4, so I'm really mad.
All right. You guys ready for the first round of our shootout?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I want to be
Perfect.
jean shorts. I want to be jean shorts. I heard his chirp last time. I heard that.
All right. So we'll go first. Who has been the Oilers' secret weapon this year? Player or staff? Avery, you'll get your 20 seconds first.
All right, staff, it's going to be Hunter the Lynx. All these years, no mascot. You bring in a mascot now? A playoff team? It's got to be Hunter. He's the reason why this team's doing so well. Hands down. Why he wasn't brought in earlier? Baffles me.
Excellent. So Taylor, who do you think the Oilers' secret weapon has been this year?
Drake Caggiula, I'd say. It's been a long time for this team. They haven't really got a lot of top free agents out of college or really anywhere. So seeing that they have, I think he was the top, the most skilled player coming out of the NCAA in the States. As far as Hunter the Lynx goes, I really don't know why you would say that. That was just a bad idea from its inception.
So that's your 20 seconds. All right, so you get 30 seconds now to discuss this whole Hunter versus Drake animal theme going
I
on.
feel like that'd be a great album for the actual Drake to do.
It would be.
With Hunter, yeah, especially.
All right, so your 30 seconds starts now.
I don't even want to start this. There should be no argument here.
Hey, come on.
That cat's terrifying.
He's for the kids.
That's why it's terrifying.
Sure, his fangs are big. Sure, his head's way too big for anyone to look at. But
If you open your door and that thing was at the door, I would scream. I'd probably throw something at it.
that's assault. You go to jail for that.
They should go to jail for the damn mascot. Look at it.
What do you mean?
It's terrifying.
38 years, no mascot? They
Okay,
did right by the
they
kids
have an
now.
ice district now with the new Rogers Arena, and then they bring in a cat that looks like it's on meth itself. So
Right. seconds for your final statement. Avery, last plea for Hunter.
More mascots. I want a lynx, I want a badger, I want a pelican, a goldfish. Bring it on.
All right, and Taylor?
I don't want to do this anymore.
Not going to defend Drake any further?
Well, I mean, he's got what? He's 3 goals. He's put in some scoring depth, but like, I mean, compared to Hunt, like, at this point, Jonas Gustafsson could probably win out an argument against Hunter the Lynx.
My mic starts to fall off.
Getting so heated here at the shootout. We are causing technical problems. All right. So Hunter versus Drake. Think about that. Think about who made the better case. And we'll go on to our next question. So are you team positive Oilers fans or team negative Oilers fans? And why should we join your side? So Taylor, we'll start with you. Give you 20 seconds right now.
It's a new team this year. They have capable goaltending, which is nice. Being a goaltender myself, it was frustrating watching the carousel come through here from Brizgalov to La Barbara to Richard Bachman, I believe, was more of an obscure name. So there was that. They've got some good defense this year at the cost of one of the crown jewels.
So I take it that means you're team positive.
As far as positive this team can go, yeah, I mean.
Excellent. All right, and Avery, your 20 seconds.
All right. To oppose him as team negative, they'll be a playoff team, but the blue line is still pretty iffy. You know what? Nurse is still hurt, and we go against teams like, Dallas, Chicago in the playoffs. Is that blue line ready for a playoff series? I'm not sure yet. I'm really not sure about that blue line yet. Goaltending's great, but on that back end, still a little bit iffy in my mind.
Fair enough. That's amazing timing. Flawless, even.
Thank you.
All right, so 30 seconds. Go for it.
I don't know why you would reference Dallas as a playoff threat.
Oh, come
Their
on.
only defenseman that's performed well is John Klingberg.
And there's still Chicago to deal with. You still have LA and Western
Chicago. Well,
elite
what?
blue line on those teams. Elite blue liners on LA and Chicago.
LA has like Muzzin and Doughty.
The North winner, Drew Doughty.
Yeah, I know.
You got Chicago, you brought Seabrook.
We beat LA this year, though, didn't we?
We did, yeah, but the 7-game series.
And we're also injured as well, so.
I don't know, we'll see. There's 7 games, it'll be interesting.
How many teams have Connor McDavid, though?
Valid point.
Yeah.
Well, like you clone him, get a clone machine, add 3 more teams.
Oh, that'd be awful.
That'd be awful.
I'd hate if everyone else had a Connor McDavid.
All right, last 10 seconds. Team positive?
What? What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say?
What is your overall view of why we should be positive about the Oilers this year? Let's go with that.
They're in second place in their division right now, and that's the first time it's happened even before the playoff run. So, yeah, I was 14 back then. That makes me feel really old.
Do the math, everyone.
Okay, for team negative, the blue line is not elite yet. It'll be a year before this. Blue line is really elite in my mind.
All right, awesome. And now our final shootout question, and then we'll let you relax for the rest of the evening. So we're going to look ahead a little bit in the future to the expansion draft. So the Vegas Golden Knights get to select one player from the Oilers, of course, subject to a whole litany of rules that I'm not going to talk about right now, but you can all go look up. Who are a few players that the Oilers should protect, and who should the Golden Knights take from us? Let's just go ahead and assume that we're going to protect Connor McDavid and maybe not give him up this upcoming year. Avery, let's have you go first for your 20 seconds.
Okay, well, they should definitely keep Patrick Maroon. This guy's on a pace for 28 goals season. You need him down the wing. You need elite wingers in this league. Make sure he's an Oiler for now and forever and ever. Amen.
And who do you think the Knights should take?
Benoit Pouliot. Benoit Pouliot, he's been in the doghouse for quite some time with Tom McClellan. Give him to Vegas. You know what? He's a leader. He's been to Cup finals. Give him to Vegas.
Awesome. Taylor, what do you think?
Well, obviously going to protect their big 6, right? The $6 million man, not Pouliot. I think if they expose Pouliot, he's probably going to go. Or Davidson. I'd like to see them keep Davidson, but he embodies Oilers hockey. I mean, he had testicular cancer. He came back from that. Has played playoffs. So, I mean, it's either Pouliot or Davidson, unfortunately. I'd like to see them take Hendricks, though, because I feel like he'd be a good impact on Las Vegas because he's old. So, and he's got leadership, right? So. All
right, so we'll go into our 30-second discussion. Let's keep talking more about Hendricks. Throwing him in the mix.
Yeah, I didn't mean to call him old,
yeah.
But he's one of those players, right? Like, he's a depth player. He'd be the same thing as who was it that went to Nashville and their first captain? It wasn't Steve Sullivan, but he was on that team.
He wasn't there.
It's bugging me now because I can see his face, but clearly that worked out for Nashville as well because they were such a great team for the first 10 years they were in the league. So, but yeah, if it's not that, it's gonna be Davidson, young, cheap, affordable, talented blue liner. Davidson
over Pouliot?
No, I still say Pouliot. This is a team where you got to keep a guy like Davidson, young blue liner, keep him in there. I say Pouliot. This time here is up, I think.
Awesome. So let's give you your last 10 seconds. But for this last 10 seconds, let's say, who would you want to protect most out of the Oilers crew, other than Army Jesus?
Do I go? You
You want to go?
Avery.
Or?
you can go first. I've
Go ahead, Avery.
kind of commandeered this thing.
Who do I want to protect? Tom McClellan. Can you protect him? Can coaches be taken by an
Sure.
expansion team? Then Tom McClellan.
Okay, let's protect McClellan. We'll do that.
I'd have to say Laurent Brossoit. He's going to be a great goaltender in a couple of years. So, I mean, when was the last time the Oilers had a top end goalie? It's been, what, like 30 years now, I think? I don't know.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much to both of you for being here with us at the shootout. That is it for our January episode. So viewers, make sure to vote on Twitter at the Oilers Rigged for Avery or for Taylor. Who did you think made the best showing today? We will add in some other NHL player you can vote for, of course, as well. But, you know, these guys really, really have tried their hardest. They've made you laugh. They've made you cry a little somehow, I'm sure. Guys, where can we find you on Twitter?
Oh, God, I don't even want to repeat my handle. It's Meme Damster. Yeah, follow me. Say hi, do whatever. Don't send me lewd photos, though. That's my job.
You can find me on Twitter at Avery at AVRY. Simple, 4 letters. Nice and easy, yo.
Man, my name's only 5 letters and I couldn't get that as my handle. It's always taken. I have no idea how.
Yeah, mine was 2.
Want to see some guests fight over your question? Comment, tweet us, find us on Facebook at The Oilers Rig. We'll always be here rejoicing or arguing about Taylor Hall. Apparently that's what we do now. So I'm Kelin Flanagan coming to you almost live for Odd Man Rush with TheOilersRig.com, and we'll see you next time.